The epic journey of AI. So, you've probably been hearing about artificial intelligence everywhere, right? It feels like it just exploded onto the scene. What if I told you its story is way older, like epic journey older? We're about to dive into the entire history of AI, from ancient myths all the way to our modern reality. Okay, so when you hear AI, what's the first thing that pops to your head? Maybe your phone, right? Or maybe a smart speaker? For most of us, it feels like a thing that from just the last couple of years. But believe it or not, the real story of AI, well, it started thousands of years ago. Way before anyone even imagined a computer. Yeah, you heard that right. Thousands of years. The whole dream of making artificial life isn't anything new at all. I mean, think about the ancient Greeks. They were telling stories about mythical robots like Talos, this giant bronze dude made by the gods. It just goes to show you this idea, this desire to build machines that can think, it's been a part of who we are for a long time. So how in the world did we go from myths and stories to actual real machines? Well, it all started with the very first thinking machines and the birth of a totally game-changing idea. Picture this, it's the 1940s and 50s. These massive room-sized computers are whirring and clinking to life. And scientists, they started looking at these things and asking a much deeper question. It wasn't just about crunching numbers anymore. The real question was, could a computer actually think like a person? But I mean, how do you even test something like that? It sounds impossible, right? Well, a brilliant mathematician named Alan Turing came up with this super elegant solution. It's called the Turing test, and the idea is actually simple, but it's also incredibly profound. Basically, if you're with someone through a screen and you can't tell if it's a human or a machine on the other end, then for all intents and purposes, that machine is intelligent. Boom. So the Turing idea really set the stage for everything. You have the 1940s when we get the first clunky giant computers. Then the 1950s when Turing gives everyone a clear goal with his test. And finally, in 1956, at the super important conference at Dartmouth College, the whole field gets its official name, artificial intelligence. Just like that, the journey was on. But here's the thing, that journey was never a smooth, straight path. Not at all. The path of AI has been, well, it's been a total roller coaster. We're talking incredibly high. These peaks of excitement and breakthroughs, followed by these, stomach-dropping lows. Yeah, researchers actually have names for these cycles, AI summers and AI winters. During the summers, everything was amazing. Optimism was sky high, money was pouring in. You had these early programs that could play chess or solve really complicated puzzles. But then came the winters. Turns out teaching a computer common sense, all that messy, intuitive stuff we humans just know, was way harder than anyone expected. And that led to a progress stalling, and a lot of that funding just dried up. Okay, so after decades of riding that crazy roller coaster, we finally hit a new season, and a lot of people are calling it a permanent AI summer. All that early groundwork, all those highs and lows, it finally paid off. And now AI is pretty much everywhere. Seriously, just think about your day-to-day life. AI is like a co-pilot for doctors, helping them catch diseases way earlier than they could before. It's the brain inside self-driving cars. It's the little genius that recommends your favorite next song on Spotify. Virtual assistant you chat with on your phone. From saving lives to picking our music, it's woven into the fabric of our lives now. But you know what's the most exciting part of this whole story is? It isn't over, not by a long shot. The history of AI is being written as we speak, which means that next chapter, it's still wide open. Think about it, every single massive leap forward in this field started with one person just asking a new question. This story is so far from being finished, and that next big world-changing idea, it doesn't have to come from some giant high-tech company. Honestly, it might just come from you. And hey, if you want to get a feel for this stuff firsthand, you totally can. There are all these cool free challenges online you can try to spot AI-generated fakes. It's harder than you think. Or you could even try a modern-day Turing test for yourself and chat with an AI. It's a really fun way to see how far we've come from this incredible journey, and to start wondering, where it's all going next.